Before this video goes any further, let's tell you what's coming up on my next 4 videos, right? The car I had before me Cosworth, which was a Mark III Astra JSI, I spent a fortune on it. I was on night shift at the time, living at home, and I literally put all my money into this car. But I've got that coming up, a video on that. I've also got a video on a 700 brake horsepower Civic, which is just absolutely another level of speed to me. Like, it just blew my mind. I've also got an update on the Richards crashed RS500 and a very special video with Paul with 2 Dick Johnson RS500s. So if you want to see those videos, don't forget to subscribe. But let's get on with this video. Welcome back, everyone. It's currently 20 to 6 in the morning, right? I've been that busy, I haven't had a chance to fix my car. It's not running at the minute. The other day, right, I took the car, right, about a week, 2 weeks ago, I took the car out. I went for like a 10-minute drive. After 10 minutes, it cut out, right? Just boof, cut out. I was getting, oh no, what's going on here? Basically, I figured it out. It was the fuse for the fuel pump. So I took a set of fuse out somewhere else for like the wipers or something. Got the car running. I thought I'll head home because there's obviously something going on. So I started heading home. After 5 minutes, cut out again. Took another, blew the fuse. Took another fuse out the fuse box for like, I don't know, the electric windows. Put it in, got it running. Then about 2 minutes later, it blew again. It just kept blowing fuses all the way home. I must have went through about 5 fuses. When I got home, I figured out it was this. It was basically the alternator was overcharging. It was chucking out 18 volts. A huge thanks out to Chris on Instagram for sending this out to us for now. Wouldn't take any money for it. So honestly, mate, thanks a lot for this. But basically, right, what I think happened was, right, stay there. So this is the alternator of the car, right? And when I put this on, I only put this on about a year ago, and I noticed these screws here, you see them, the little, they're not quite long enough to get the heat shield on to protect the back of the alternator. The back of the alternator is right next to the turbo. So what we're going to do is, I've ordered and got some screws. These screws are 10 milli longer than what's on the alternator. So what we're going to do is, right, we'll take a screw out, put a screw in, take a screw out, put a screw in, take a screw out, put a screw in, 4 times. Because if you take all 4 out, then the alternator will just fall to bits. There's one in. You see where that screw's coming through, look. We'll take this one out. I'll keep the screws I've took out spare, but you see the difference between the new ones and the old ones. See how much longer they are, but I'll still keep these. And yet again, a huge thanks to Chris for sending this out. Top fella, absolutely top fella. I'm going to put it in. This should now be a working alternator. Let's put it on. By the way, before I put this on, full honesty, I can't find the heat shield. I think it's in the loft, but it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. If I start waiting around, Amy's going to absolutely kick my ass. So it's easily fitted after. That's the alternator back on. I'm going to get the battery, we'll chuck that in. Right, so we've got the alternator on, battery's on, all wired up, plumbed in. The only thing left to do is replace some fuses. I must use about 5 fuses getting home. So I bought like some new fuses off Amazon. So we'll just quickly whip, them over. Right, so that's what the battery's reading now, 12.7. I'll leave that there, so when I start it, I can see what it does. Right, so there we are, we're on 12.63. So we'll start it up, we'll see what it does, right? It should
should read about 13.5 to 14 volts. So we're gonna start it. We're gonna start it. You ready? Fellas, we're looking good, looking good. Just out for a little road test, fellas. I brought my voltmeter thing just to keep a check on it. I've also brought some spare fuses just to make sure it's alright. It's good fun to be back out in the car again, like. It's been a couple of weeks since I drove it. One thing I always forget about this car is, this was a family car, like in 1987 when this came out. This was like a family sized car, this was a big car. But it feels so small compared to like I drive an Audi A4 every day. But it feels so small compared to that. It almost feels like a little hot hatch or something. It's about the size of like a modern Corsa when you park them up next to each other. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning and everywhere is just silence. That's it, I've arrived at my gym. I'm going to go and lose this COVID belly. When I get home, I'm going to find the heat shield for the battery alternator. I'll put that on straight away. Until next time, I'll see you later. And don't forget to subscribe.
Found it.